You are working for APC against PDP that made you army chief. ABARIBE berates IHEJIRIKA. The Nigerian Union of Pensioners Osun State chapter has revealed that they will be joining the national body to protest publicly after the expiration of 21 days ultimatum given to the federal government on the implementation of the consequential adjustments to pensions. Okay, like, is this our problem in the country? I mean, I guess we have to fix certain things, but then there are a list of priorities. First of all, insecurity. Well, let's continue. The Secretary of the Union of Osun, Comrade Dele Aina, also revealed that some groups of pensioners in the state are desisting for harmonized pension scheme and between 300 naira, 500 naira, and 600 naira as pension monthly. It's sad, but what do you expect? What do you expect in a country that its tax system is, I believe, I don't even know what it is, whether it's regressive, progressive, unitary, I don't even know. It's just weird. There's no system, transfer payments are not made. I mean, you're talking about pensions when, education is absolutely poor, healthcare, people are literally dying because the a lot of hospitals are private owned, and the public ones are just not of good standard, and the person might end up dying or being in a worse state anyway. And I think this is as little as what, 300 naira a month, 500 and 600 naira. What do you mean? It just doesn't make sense. And Nigeria doesn't necessarily have like a national insurance pot where as you work, you're paying that insurance. So it's like, for if you have an identification number, as you get your pay, your tax is cut from that. Your pension fund is also cut from that. And that is put into your... So basically before you get your salary, those things are already out. And of course, when you get your old age, that's when, or by the time of your age of retirement, that is when you get access to that pot. I mean, you can do that privately or publicly, but I think in some countries it's a must that you do it by the government as well if you want to do it in any way. And to be honest, it's not even that expensive. So if you're telling me that people have been doing it, there's a system like that, do you think that at an old age or at the age of retirement, why would they be earning 300 naira a month? I mean, in some currencies that might be like a lot, but then if we're talking about the purchasing power parity of our currency in terms of our basket of goods, I mean, how cheap is food in the country? Like, it's so sad. It is so sad, especially with prices and unstable markets and all that. So I guess at this point, it's just very, very sad. While featuring in a morning radio program in Oshogbo on Friday, he explained that the reason for the protest is that the union calling on the federal government to implement the consequential adjustments to pensions where all pensioners, notwithstanding the year of retirement, would earn the same sum, adding that many of their members were suffering and languishing away. He revealed that the union, in its attempt to get the state government to implement the consequential adjustments, had headed to the National Industrial Court, and judgment is still being awaited on the case. Based on this, he wrote that he noted actually that several attempts to see the governor, Mr. Oyetola, by the union has been frustrated by officials in the government. According to him, the union has had a meeting with the state accountant general in February, who, after hearing their story, promised to facilitate the meeting with the governor. He disclosed that another meeting with the state head of service actually proved futile because he demanded that the union withdraw pending case with the National Industrial Court as a condition for the proposed meeting with the governor, an action which they are not willing to take. All right. What can you do in a country like this? I mean, at the end of the day, I understand that we're all in dire situations, but again, I guess it's a thing of lack of knowledge. But as you work, are you not meant to have like your insurance thing where you have a pension fund? Like, I don't know, except I'm just thinking it's a normal thing, but then it's Nigeria, so I don't really understand. And especially understanding the context and the workings of the country, it's a bit sad. But then again, because Nigerians pay taxes, transfer payments should be made when it comes to, benefit system, especially to people who cannot work and are not able to work. Exactly. Let's say old people, pensioners, whatever, like that category. And of course, it is sad, but I think right now, the main issue that we all need to focus our energy on is security. And I think it's always been an issue, and I guess it's something that has always been on the side, especially in the south. Not that the south has been relatively peaceful in comparison to the northern part of the country, but then again, with the herdsmen and all that, I think right now it's a cause for concern. A comment here says, Senator Hakot ABARIBE, it seems the fight is for you all alone, but don't worry, it will surely be against them one day. Let them continue to play from the gallery. My Senator IHEJIRIKA may have his reasons. You mean? Grammar, please. But many people will see it as a case of somebody who bites the finger that feeds them. Well, fact is, biting the hands of the finger that feeds. Do you know what? No one cares. How about that? I don't care. If you are voted into position one, if you are voted, air quotes, then you should do your job. How is it Nigerians concerned who brought you there or what connections you had? That is your problem. What we know you as is somebody who is in the position of power to implement things. So I guess, if you're doing the right thing, you should be doing the right thing. If somebody is calling you out for it, you might have your own beef, your own underlying beef. But at the end of the day, you have to do what is right. Because honestly, we do not care. We have other things to do, please. But again, I guess that right now, there are other issues that we should be focused on. Not that, I think the insecurity, the division, because Nigeria is hot, and I think that at any moment I think Nigeria is in that perfect place. Like the setting is being made for an explosion. The religious tensions, tribal tensions, insecurity, which can lead to can derive from the tribal tensions as well. The government's deafness, Buhari's lack of proactiveness, and so many other things. If something could just happen right now like this, Nigeria is literally in the perfect place to have an explosion, which to some might really be unexpected. But again, we have to take this thing seriously. We do not want to be in a position where we do not fear death, or be in a position where we are caught by surprise when certain things happen and are beyond our control to even prevent. It is sad, but again, prevention is the best form of self-protection. You had better do that for yourself. So it is what it is. Obviously, it is sad. What do you think about this in the comment section below? Put what you think, and do not forget to like and subscribe.